Alright, Taurus. Taurus. Okay, so these are meant to be at least, because it's before your birthday, at least before your time, right? Not time, but before your season that I'm recording these. So that's why I'm recording them. I want to say happy birthday to Taurus. You guys are one of my favorites. I want to start off by saying that. But, so I don't know if you're listening, in case you're listening to this from somebody else, like half of the videos were late and didn't get recorded. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't try to. I just was not feeling up to it. I was not feeling the energy, and now that we're moving, well, actually, technically today, I believe is the first day, or at least it feels like the first day that we're heading into Taurus, and I just feel more comfortable there. April kind of was a sucky month, and I feel like that it was that way, at least it began that way for everybody, every sign, and the effects of what happened in the beginning of the month followed us at least to now. So I'm over it now, and I'm ready to do readings. So happy birthday, Taurus. I already have your cards laid out, but I'm pulling one. It's face down. I don't want to flip it all the way because I don't want to look at it. So it's going to be at the end. Now, the last, I don't know, you guys are kind of lucky because for the last few days, it's just the psychic shit has been hitting me really hard. So, yeah, let's just go ahead. If you have any worries, Taurus, right now, okay, get rid of them. And I don't feel like, even if you guys do have worries, I feel like it's 50-50. A lot of, like 50% of you, something happened at the beginning of the month that wasn't something that you wanted to handle. I'm just going to put it that way. It was something that you didn't want to handle at the moment, so it became like a thought, and it became an angry thought, an issue, whatever, so be it. So for those 50% of you guys, things are looking up, okay, like big time. And it's almost good that you got this out of the way, like the beginning of the month, because like if you would have dealt with it like during this time, it would have stalled, and it would have took a better or a bigger effect on you. Sorry, I'm like got a weird speech thing going on, but if you would have dealt with whatever it was that you were dealing with at the beginning of the month, like right now, it would have took a bigger toll if it would have happened. Like, even if some of you guys like, oh my gosh, like I wish they could have just waited, or I wish it could have been the right time, even though nothing felt like it could have been the right time, but oh my gosh, I wish that would have happened at a later time. If it would have happened now, it would have actually been worse for you, so just keep that in mind. Alright, because I feel like the end of March, beginning of April, for majority, or at least 50% of you guys, wasn't the best. Now, the other 50%, right now, you're just feeling like a blessing kind of feeling. You're feeling like the puzzle pieces kind of fall in, and I feel like that's for a lot of you guys who are in a relationship that's going well. I feel like for those, the other 50%, which I'm not saying all you guys who are happy are in like a sturdy relationship, but there's something going on between family and friends, or family and somebody who's very close to you, that something special is connecting, something special is going on. Even like you having very close family moments with people, that's good. That's like the kind of energy that's flowing around you. So even the people who are fighting with something, that's still going to pop through a little bit. It's going to be more of a, give me 1 second. Hold on. I put on lucid dreaming thing, and it turned to rap. That's disappointing. So, anyways. Okay, sorry, Taurus. Getting on about you. So, wherever you're at right now, like, but okay, anyways, yeah, for the other 50% of you guys, is that something is going very smoothly, very well, and you're seeing the perks. I heard like you're seeing the perks of something or somebody, to where maybe they were getting on your nerves, or a situation was getting on your nerves, and now it's starting to brighten up. Like, especially when you're listening to this, like things like brighten up or whatever, or they're like in 2 days they're about to, right? And it could be, yes, because your birthday month is coming up, but I don't feel like that's what it is. So let me go ahead and actually dive into your cards and give you the whole meaning of your message. So again, it talks about there's an argument or a disappointment taking place somewhere in your life. Now, this is for some of you, again, this is that 50-50 they keep letting me say. So 50% of you guys, this was in late March, early April, to where this argument took place. And for the beginning part of you guys, it was either with a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, crush, or it was with a family member. Now, for the other 50% of you guys that it hasn't happened to yet, it was actually in work, or it's going to be in work. It's just that you and another person are bunking heads. Like, you're trying to make something materialize in your life. You're trying to work on something. You have a certain idea, about yourself and your self-worth and, like, where something in your life is going, or at least your career or your work is going. And in the past, it's almost like a repetition of the past, a repeat from the past that talks about you've had this conversation before, or you've dealt with this. Either, you guys it's in a work situation or it's with a person. Like, you've dealt with this kind of behavior before, and it's popping up again to, yet again, get you in some kind of a difference with somebody, because it's going to gradually make you realize that, okay, let me back it up a little bit. It is going to gradually make you realize something very great, but for now, the main situation, it's like, okay, yes, this outburst or this argument or this disagreement happened with something or somebody, and like right now you're seeing the effects of it. It's almost like you're seeing the effects of it take place to somebody around you, and I don't feel like for a lot of you guys it's happening to you. If it's happening to you, you're still gonna feel in your outside world. So it's, again, not like this, like, stress and disharmony is happening to you itself, like this big change, like. And I keep seeing, because I actually kind of want to show you guys these cards, and I don't do, but these cards are beautiful. I just want to show you this one. I won't tell you what it is, because I feel like that would give you a damper. So let's, I don't know, it's kind of like a review, but these cards mean a lot to me, and I usually don't use them. I never wanted to use them in this sense. So, anyways, these are like the deeper meaning cards. So, whatever is happening to somebody around you. It's not like affecting you directly, but because it's happening with this person is why it's affecting you, because they're close to you. So, the person around you is going through difficulties, and that makes you feel the difficulties, even though it's not happening to you directly. You get what I'm saying? So that's like your main situation. And again, in the past, you've had to deal with this before with this person or this thing. It's just telling you the challenge, it's gonna come back up. So, again. So for a lot of you guys, it's that's kind of beautiful, and it's harsh, but I like it. You're building your security net around you, which is how you're responding to the situation, okay, which is really good. So in this whole chaotic situation, it's kind of bringing you to an argument, but yet it's making you self-reflect, and it's making you stronger as a person, if that makes any kind of sense. So you're building up your foundation. So, like, you're trying to save more money, or you're thinking more about yourself and not taking this other person, like, to be the full focus of your life, because they should not be. It's that kind of thing. So in the future, actually something better comes out of it. So whatever kind of disagreement that you were having, or something that was, you know what it is, but in the future, how it deals to that situation is something better is going to come out of it this person is going to come back as a truer, I almost heard more naive, but that's not the case. I feel like it was describing this person as naive, and they come back a straighter head, a straighter person. Like they come back and they're full force, if that makes any sense. So anyways, I'm gonna go on. Or the situation comes back, but when it does come back, even though it's argumentative, in the past you may have dealt with it chaotically. This time you were more, in a way, self-absorbed, but it was in a good way. And then when this situation comes back, it gives you an opportunity, or this situation or this person has changed in your benefit, okay? And I keep trying to go into money, but it keeps drifting me. So anyways, if it's a work situation that you're arguing about, it comes back. So the first time you dealt with it, or the first time you thought about it, maybe it was just a thought, and now it's actually being communicated, or whatever the situation may be, but it has to be something along the lines of that. So it's going to be more serious, and then from your patience and from the hard, I don't want to say hard work because it sounds cliche, it told me, but because you're relearning this lesson, no matter what it may be, it's giving you a greater opportunity. So it's giving you a pay increase, it's giving you the promotion, it's making you have to deal with something that's very self-positive. So that's actually very good. And through all of this, and I'm sure already you guys know, no matter how aggravating or no matter how difficult the situation may be, you stuck with your self-plan, and I think that was important in April. It was trying to teach you a lesson to stick to yourself, stick to your own plans, and it will always work itself out. And I feel like even if you guys did or didn't, it's going to show you a little bit of a review with that. So if you guys were mature with yourself, if you guys were self-positive, and even if it felt like you were lazy, but you still kept sticking with it, or you felt like you'd given up hope, but yet you still had a connection to it, it's going to bring you through. And now in May, or this late April and May, it's actually going to pull you all the way through. Or it could pull this situation or this person all the way through. It could have gave that conversation or that oomph that this thing needed. So that's why it's coming back around, and it's coming back frustrating and angry, and it's like a repeat of something that happened, but it goes back in your favor. You get what I'm saying? So, but there's still a lot of talk to be more not self-absorbed, because then when a Taurus is self-absorbed, they come off as a know-it-all, because they're a person who's very true to their own nature. They know who they are. But on their more negative side, which every Taurus would go through, they're more self-absorbed, or they always think they're right, or they're actually telling lies. Even though they're a very truthful person on their better side, they're very much who they are, and they're determined to get those goals. So, long story short, it's either way, something positive is going to come out of a bad situation or stale or whatever. But to be self-absorbed is not the answer, but to focus on yourself and to still go through with your plans that you wanted to do originally, that's going to help you out. Or just to be patient, don't say anything at all. If you were like that in April, it's going to be very beneficial. So, I think there's change, actual physical change going on around you. It's not so big to where it would be if you guys know tarot, it would be like the World card, where it's not like you're starting a new chapter, but something in yourself was focusing on, you want to see different results, or you want a little bit of a change, but you don't want to change your whole perspective, you don't want to change your whole scenery. Well, it is kind of the scenery that goes upon itself, that's changing. I think you, in a positive way, are changing, but your surroundings are changing. So the colors of your walls, the tiling of your floor, the things that are happening in your job, good or bad, and you'll know, things that are happening within your job that are good and bad, they're not happening directly to you, but they're still happening to somebody else who's close with you, so it's going to affect you. I'll keep saying that. So your happening just changes, good and bad. in May, but it doesn't, that the bad doesn't affect you negatively, but the good will affect you positively, if that makes sense. So you'll notice with other people too that April, of course, had a bad effect on all of us, and I won't get into it, but the fact that other people might seem more to themselves, more creative around you, especially the people you love. Especially if you have a lover too, because this is also in a lover's position. If you have a crush, and yes, crush is important. If you have a crush, if you have a spouse, a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, long, short distance, whatever, or the period that you've been dating them, you're going to notice with that person that you're connected to or that you are romantically just interested in is that it will, this person's personality is going to be very creative, and I think that's a good way you can connect with them. And if you don't connect with them, no big deal, but you'll be watching them, not like in a creeper way, but you'll be watching them, and you'll actually be picking up this energy from them as well, so that's nice, because they're, whoever you're dealing with on a close level, like your day-to-day routine, even like your coworkers you're going to find are being more silent, and you're going to I think coworkers you're going to pick up as being negative to you, but they're not. It's, anyways, but, like, they're just going to be very quiet because they're being they're self-talking, you know, so you might find yourself as being more the communicator this month because you want to see things happen, you want to see things change, but not in a pushy manner, which I like. It's Taurus energy, so it's very slow, and it's just gradual, and it's take your time, hun. You know, and which is funny because we're entering this Taurus season. I just redid my whole living room, and I'm dating a Taurus anyway, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was like he brought the couch in and I just made it happen kind of thing. And you bring something, you bring an opportunity, and then somebody or people make it happen for you in a work sense or a romantic. I do feel like this is a lot going to be with romantic sense. So I think only a little bit that'll become worrisome to you if you have like a jealous manner, and if you're more of like a talkative Taurus, you know, you like to be in people's social lives, and then compared to being on the couch and being just a listener and like almost like a very slow moving dinosaur is the other Taurus, because there's like 3 personalities of a Taurus, and you'll know which one you are. But so yeah, other things with people, yeah, other things with other people, Taurus, are going to be happening, and then they're going to be affecting you. So, but what's cool? Okay, so for some of you guys, in your actual environment, not involving, well, it is probably involving people or your home life, whatever, but the actual thing that you're like, so okay, hold on, how do I word this? So the card I just said before is what is the people who are close to you, how they're going to be acting or reacting around you. Now, this other card talks about your environment in general, and it does talk about fairness, and it could be fairness, and also it can be legal cases. So you might have to be putting a lot of judgment on people, which is weird because, again, people are super quiet and it feels like they're in this self-discovery stage. So how can you be negative to somebody who's in a self-discovery stage? And I feel like the question is going to be bounced back to you. Like, there's going to be questions about somebody in your life, or, ooh, my voice is going out, so it's hard to talk about, Taurus, isn't it, when this comes up, and I feel like this is going to be late April, early May. Wow, my voice totally just shifted, and it's very hard for me to speak, and it comes about defending somebody. So you are going to have to kind of make a judgment or hear a judgment about somebody, like you either hear gossip about somebody, and it's somebody who means something to you, or else you wouldn't be getting choked up, but And there's going to be more people asking you about it and trying to hear your judgments, and then it scares you because they're being silent and everybody's being silent, and they expect you to socialize during the month of May, because it's almost like it's because of your season, so everyone does turn to a Taurus during that time anyways, because the sun's in their spotlight. It's shining a spotlight on you. And the things that they're questioning about, or conversations that are getting brought up, is, what do you feel about this? What do you feel about that? How's your work situations? How's your home situation? How's the house coming along? How is this person? How is that? And like, usually you don't mind and you just say, okay, or you'll conversate with it, but this time it's making you, for some reason, hesitant to talk about it. So that's interesting. And your outcome is a conversation. Okay? And this is you having actually either to defend yourself or to defend a situation or somebody else, is what it's all eventually going to lead to. So even though there's all these things going on and it's not directly happening to you, it's happening to somebody else, it's like, I feel like it's in all sorts of ways. Somebody's having a good experience in your life, someone's having a bad experience, and you have to talk about them, either defending them or agreeing or disagreeing. It's very strange. You're going to have to be socializing about things that really mean the most to you, even though this is a lucky month for you, and everything's going to turn out in your favor, and everyone's talk and everyone's chatter is going to be bullshit in the end. So actually it's a good reading, like, with you, but with other people around you, you're going to be finding out that there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and you're going to have to either be hearing about it, or discussing it, or defending somebody. So, last card, and I actually pulled one of these. I know you guys probably know these cards, but, very Taurus card. It's about still thinking about what you want. Either you have a goal, or you're going for a goal, and you're trying to reach it, and you're going to still reach it. So keep that focus point in mind. Like, if you have a vacation you're going on, if you have a work thing that you, like a promotion you want, or you just want to be noticed, or you have a person that you're set on, whatever, just keep going towards like the Taurus's dream, because like right now it's like your lucky state anyways, birthday month. Keep going for it, because nothing's really bad is happening to you. It's just happening to people around you. So, if you do get a new job, there might be something funky happening with the business, or you might have slower, like, they might not have enough money to pay you, so it's giving you slower hours, or the person you date and become involved with you realize they still have some issues, or, like, they don't have a lot of money, like something, but you're good enough to, like,